Let's bring in the ranking member of the House Budget Committee, Democratic Congressman Brendan Boyle of Pennsylvania. Congressman, good to have you here. This new bill fully funds ICE and Border Patrol without any of the reforms Democrats wanted when it comes to immigration. So what now? Are Democrats looking for other ways to hold ICE accountable?
Well, good to be with you. And, you know, it doesn't just so-called fully fund those agencies. It gives them more money than almost any other military on earth. They will have money out the wazoo for years to come. But as I pointed out yesterday when I was leading the Democratic opposition on the House floor, at a time when costs are out of control, when gas prices have spiked more than 50%, when health care premiums are going up, cost of groceries is going up, this reconciliation bill has nothing, not one dime to help the American people on what they tell us is by far the biggest issue, and that is the lack of affordability in America. Life in America is too expensive right now, and congressional Republicans are doing absolutely nothing to address that.
Congressman, during the debate of this bill, you also offered an amendment that would have prevented taxpayer dollars from going to Trump's so-called anti-weaponization fund. Republicans were able to shoot down that amendment, one of them telling MS Now, quote, "A lot of us would like to see the weaponization fund be killed and buried forever." But he added, not funding Border Patrol and ICE is, I think, unhelpful. Holding something hostage for something on weaponization, I think, would be difficult to achieve, especially since the Senate has already passed it. What's your reaction or response to that?
Well, I have to say that's a really remarkable act of courage. It would have been very easy to pass my amendment, a simple one paragraph that simply said no taxpayer funds would go toward January 6th insurrectionists. No taxpayer funds would go toward those who assaulted the more than 140 U.S. Capitol Police officers, a number of whom are still recovering from their injuries today, more than 5 years later. That's all they had to add to the bill. But they were unwilling to do that. Why? Because they are so afraid of Donald Trump and Donald Trump's penchant for getting retribution.
You are the ranking member of the House Budget Committee, and every day Americans' budgets are getting tighter. Inflation rose to 4.2% in May, the highest level in 3 years. If your party wins the House in November, what will Democrats do to bring prices down? Lay out the vision for us.
Yeah, look, there is no question that this is the top item, the second top item, and the third top item on a Democratic agenda next year. The first thing we would do is reopen that first reconciliation bill that the Republicans passed last summer, which included over $5 trillion worth of tax breaks, mostly for billionaires. It did so by cutting health care to the tune of more than $1 trillion, cutting Medicaid, cutting Obamacare. It also cut food assistance. So the first thing that we will do is reverse the damage from Republican policies that they've passed over the course of this term in Congress. The second thing that we need to do is bring an end to this insane war of choice in Iran. Gas prices were under $3 a gallon just a few months ago. It's now more than 50% higher and possibly climbing even higher still. We need to force this president to finally bring an end to his failed policy in Iran. That would do more good in terms of bringing down the cost of energy than anything else we could do.
Congressman Brendan Boyle, thank you for your time. We appreciate you.